Hello everyone, I am the Conage, and I've got another Starcraft 2 commentary for you today. This one between Renegade and oooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooo our blue Protoss, looking very frightening. And of course, over here in the bottom left, we have the most wanted man in the Koprulu, or in this side, the Koprulu Sector, Renegade, as the Red Zerg. So yes, this is a PVZ, a ZVT here on Antigua Shipyard, and this promises to be a glorious game in the truest sense of StarCraft 2. Now let's see what we got going on to start off. We got a pylon going down here, getting ready. Oo's getting ready to put down some wallage. Hopefully he can do that correctly. And setting his scouting probe up to the top right. And he's going to be very, very sad when he finds out that, well, there's not too much going on up there. What do we have here for Renegade? We got a Sloverlord moving across the map as slowly as Sloverlords do. And probably trying to get some info there. Who knows what he'll find. Probably his Protoss opponent. In any case, let's see what we got going on. Looks like Renegade is gearing up for some hatchery first, I would assume. Since or maybe a late spawning pool. No, but it looks like either a really late spawning pool or hatchery first. But he is moving the drone down here. Most likely to scout. And then maybe the next one will put down a hatchery once he gets to 300 minerals. Which he's doing, right? Yes, is he going to do it? Yes. Oh, he's going to scout first. That's a very nice thing to do. Make sure there's no shenanigans going on. And also nice to keep an overlord by your ramp to make sure there's no sneaky cannonage or anything going on from your sneaky Protoss player. You know what we got going on here? We got the gateway coming up at the front of the base. This looks like Oo's gonna start off with some one base play, putting the pylon in the darkness right here. It allows you to like sneak stuff in and also make sure that your sneaky little Zerg opponent doesn't like, you know, drop some units in here or throw in a Nidus worm, all that kind of good stuff. So it's always good to keep your bases covered. So, you know, if you're Protoss, throw like a little pylon there, Terran, supply depot, Zerg, just creep it all up. And you can see that Renegade is not doing that because he has no queen, so he can't spread his creep yet. Oh, the humanity. Oh, man. Oh, man. What do we got here? We got a drone hiding in the smoke. What's this drone going to do for Renegade? Perhaps he will show us what is truly rebellious about the Zerg known as Renegade. Perhaps he will cause some damage. But it looks like right now he's just idling, just chilling out. I mean, can Ooh even see it? He can, but just barely because he's not paying that much attention. We got Warp Gate Research coming out. Nice little Zealot to form the wall off. We got 2 Assimilators coming out. Got 2 Zerglings coming out for our Zerg as he chases this pesky probe around. Looks like he's holding off on his drone transfer at the moment. We'll see why, I'm sure, at some point. Or maybe he just doesn't like drone transfers. Or he's just not paying attention or something because he's got only one. Well, I don't know what is going on. Anyways, Renegade knows what he's doing. I do not, so we'll just let him be what he wants to be. And looks like we got some nice Sloverlording over here, making sure there's no shenanigans going across. Maybe some quick void ray rushes or mothership attacks or whatnot. Who knows what Ooh is capable of? Anything, really. Now, what happened to that drone? Was the drone over here? Nah, I don't know what happened to that drone. Looks like Ooh is getting ready for some one gate expand or something. He's trying to pull up some moolah and got his units down here already. Perhaps based on what he scouted that he's determined that, well, this may be a good idea. Well, he scouted hatch first, so actually I wouldn't usually recommend doing a one gate expand against a hatch first because hatch first for Zerg really opens up a lot of options that allows them to do like whatever they want basically. So this is not necessarily the safest opening in all our circumstances, but you know, it's a judgment call based on what you predict your opponent's going to do. And in this case, it looks like he's going to get away with it just fine, since we see that Renegade doesn't have too many units out. Right now he's just got 2 slowlings. See if they're even going to get in to see. Oh, he does see the expansion, so those lings did their job. Great scouting from our man Renegade over here, as his Zerg spews larval juices into the hatchery. You know, it's kind of gross when you think about, like, what exactly is going on when they inject larvae. Like, what is this queen putting into this hatchery? I mean, I don't want to make any, like, you know, analogies to what people do or anything, but I don't know, man. It's a little sketch if you ask me. In any case, we got some nice macro play here, it looks like. Doesn't seem like there's too much going on. Hopefully the action will pick up soon, because I want to get into some action. Some real juicy Starcraft, you know? What we all live for as human beings. Well, maybe not what we all live for, but, you know. As far as the important people are concerned, we care about our Starcraft games, so we want some exciting stuff to go on, even if it is just a ladder game on the North American server with a blue Protoss named Ooh, which is a fantastic name, by the way. Ooh, he's got a little probe right here. I don't think Renegade sees that at all. No, Ninja Probe. See what he's going to be doing next. He's going to place a pylon. He's going to do a late cannon rush. Perhaps proxy fleet beacon. Who knows what he's capable of. Though I don't even know if Renegade is going to expand there, because that is extending towards your opponent, which is something you typically do not want to do if you're playing it safe. Though, if he wants to get aggressive, you know, he might just, like, throw some... Oh, and he's putting the expansion down here. This will be scouted out by the probe here, by Ooh. Yes, he does see it coming through. You know, it might be safer in a lot of circumstances to, you know, put an expansion right here if you're Zerg, because your Protoss, man, he can just, like, put a pylon right here, you know, and after he breaks down these rocks, it's like a hop and a skip over to your third base as a Zerg player, and that's just not somewhere where you normally want to be in if you like, you know, living and stuff. But what do we got here? Renegade doesn't care, because Renegade is the man. He's not afraid of some stinking Protoss technology hoo-ha, even though he doesn't see this observer just kind of hanging out here, probably scouting out his spire. It looks like Mutiling is the name of the game for Renegizzle right here. And what do we got coming for... Ooh, looks like just gateway play and double Twilight Council. Wow. Not sure if this is a mistake or if he's just likes his double Twilight, but I guess he wants to get charge and blink at the same time. That's quite a stunning choice, really. And he's working on 3 gateway, 2 Twilight Council, and a robo. That has only, to my knowledge, produced 1 observer. And the overseer right here is going to scout this and be like, what the hell? 2 freaking Twilight Councils? This guy's going freaking crazy, man. I don't even know what he's doing. But, oh, he warps some stalkers and takes out the sacrificial overseer. What a shame. And he's not even upgraded out of them yet. What is he doing? Who knows? Perhaps a super sneaky build that requires 2 Twilight Councils. And now he starts researching Blink if he gets to... Oh, and now he's got the Blink in charge at the same time. Now, typically, I would consider this to be a waste. This is completely not necessary, especially in this matchup, because charge is not particularly important in PvZ, especially when you scout your opponent going Mutiling, which he did with his observer. So I have really no idea what his decision is right now, because I mean, then he's just using zealots to fight lings, and there's no reason to charge into lings. They're all melee fighters anyway. Unlike these mutalists who are just wreaking havoc all over the place as the foolish stalkers attempt to shoot their way into battle. And looks like Renegade decided to commit to full combat with all of his mutalisks. What a decision! His trust in his mutalisks is astonishing. Perhaps he's rewarding them for all their hard work, rewarding them a sweet, sweet death. Oh, that actually did not look too good for our red Zerg right here. You can see how much he's hurting, how much the pain really tears into his soul on the units lost tab. Yes, it is pretty wretched, if I do say so myself. And then we have Ooh coming in with his second expansion. Looks like it's going to be gearing up for a macro game here. We'll see how Renegade decides to respond. He's got to decide to put some more Mutalisks in with his Zerglings. We'll see how he does in this circumstance, because Mutalisks are oh so fun. And what do we got for upgrades coming in? We got the +1 flyer attack coming in, and the looks like +1/+1 for the Zerg is also coming in, but not here yet. Where our Protoss is on +1/+0 with the +2 attack coming in sometime soon. And looks like the composition is going to be very gateway heavy. So gateway heavy that he needed 2 Twilight Councils, and he's probably not even going to go up from the basic gateway units, it looks like. It's just Stalkers, Sentries, and Zealots. We'll have to see how this works out. This can work against Zerg if you use force fields properly, especially with Zerglings. And right now, since the mutant numbers aren't particularly high, they're only at 5 at the moment, with another 5 coming in, you should be able to cause quite a bit of damage. As you can see all these drones being ruthlessly slaughtered by the malicious Protoss. Oh man, the Zerglings just hatch, you know, coming right out of the New World, and they're just cut down by these side blades from these malicious Protoss mentors. They call them a mentor for slaughtering the children of the Zerg. Look, they're killing larvae, and they get rewarded with mentor status. I tell you, the Protoss moral system is just backwards. And ooh, now some nice force fields, almost good enough to trap some of the Zerglings, but it looks like, you know, they managed to get through, and Renegade didn't suffer too much losses there. The important part was he kept the Banelings at bay, which is always a good thing to do, because no one likes getting hit by Banelings. It usually can ruin your day pretty quickly. And what do we got coming out of? Ooh. It looks like not too much more right now. Looks like he's just cutting down with some more upgrades, pylons, and just hanging out on 3 base. The problem with Renegades, you can see, when I was talking about how easy it was for this base to die, as it just died, because it's so close to your opponent, and with, you know, Protoss warp and stuff, they can just basically warp in units right next to your base and be like, hello, bye-bye, and kill your young, murder your children. As often the Protoss like to do to the Zerg, because, man, they really hate the Zerg, let me tell you. Looks like he's going to clear some creep tumors. Renegade's just stuck on 2 bases right now, so things aren't looking too good for our Zerg player, as Ooh decides to tech up to High Templar, which High Templars are Archons, can be very good against Mutalisks. Very, very good. Looks like he's not researching Psystorm yet, so I'm guessing he's going more for the Archon route, which is very nice, because sometimes it can be difficult to hit your opponent's Mutalisks with Psystorm when they're all like moving around and stuff, and it's hard. I mean, you gotta be like good, because they can just kind of like fly out of the way, because Psystorm does damage over time. But it looks like he's just gonna float around some High Templar, hang out. You know, no need for Psystorm or Archons, you know, they're pretty good to feed back some Zerglings and Mutalisks and stuff. It's always a good time. And what is Renegade gonna do? He decided to come up with a macro hatch, but right now he's coming back with his expansion. The problem now is that he's behind on bases to his Protoss opponent, which has now formed a dreaded Archon. And you can see how much damage they do against biological, and it's just no good for anybody who's biological, let me tell you. And putting out some more gateways. I don't even know how many gateways we have total. Looks like we got 9 here. Is there any more up this way? 10, 11, 12. 12 gateways. Not bad, not bad. Though for a gateway heavy build, he could even use more. You know, maybe some more bases too, because he is pulling up some minerals. You think he'd want to add some insult onto injury by just putting in more bases as these Mutalisks fly to their death. Poor, poor Mutalisks. They're going to have a lot of trouble with this Archon here, let me tell you. Not as much as these drones. These drones can barely fight, but ooh, we got a pretty dreaded looking force right here. Actually, Renegade does have a supply lead. The problem being that, well, Ooh can just kind of force field his way around these Lings and Banelings. Though Renegade does have pretty nice upgrades. We've only got 2-1 for our Protoss player. And now he's marching with a bunch of Zealots. And oh, Renegade is supply blocked currently, but he's coming in with 8 Mutalisks, so you never know, this might work, because Stalkers really aren't that great against Mutalisks. They're kind of like a soft counter, and the engagements coming in, what's going to happen? Who's going to move first? These Archons, though, are fantastic against pretty much every unit that's here, you know. They just shred Zerglings with their splash damage, and they shred Mutalisks with their splash damage, and it takes like way too many Banelings to kill one Archon. It just becomes not cost efficient. We'll see if Ooh pays attention. He force fields off one side, force fields off both sides. Oh, looks like Renegade's got himself in a bad position at the moment. We'll see what he does with his Mutalisks. He's going to come snipe some reinforcements. That's an excellent play by Renegade, but he might be losing too many Zerglings and Banelings right here for it to matter. But wait, he got rid of the Archon. It's just Stalkers on Mutalisks, and he decides to back away with his Mutalisks. And the Stalkers come out on top, and the Protoss once again is preventing Renegade from taking his 3rd base. I don't know why Renegade doesn't just expand up here, or anywhere that isn't right next to his opponent. He could do anything but that, but he chooses to no. But I guess he has to build a lot of units right now. This is the problem, man. It looks like he's got an infestation pit, which is always handy pretty much in every single matchup. And he flies in with his Mulus right over his opponent. Oh, he loses one. That's not what you want to do. Oh, the Protoss are so abusive. Oh, the humanity. What's going to happen now? Is Ooh going to move in? Is he just going to kill some more creep? He pokes up. He sees a bunch of Bailey's morphine, but decides maybe this is the time he should strike, because he should strike while there's still morphine, but it's too late. They've already finished morphine. The Zealots dive forward to their deaths. They don't even care. Ooh just sacrifices them. He just sacrifices them. Oh, but now it's just Stalkers against Zerglings and Mutalisks, which is not usually good for the Stalkers, let me tell you. But it looks like, yep, he's going to get cleaned up by Renegade here. See, oh, he's finally taking the base up here. Looks like Renegade's got himself in a nice position. Though Ooh has pulled up a lot of money. I don't know why he's not spending it all, but I'm sure he'll get there. It looks like Renegade lost a lot of supply in that engagement also, so actually, with the whole warping thing and the pooled up money, it looks like Ooh's kind of be able to warp his way back into a big army. We'll see. Looks like he can still warp guys in. We'll see if he decides to put on another attack or take another expansion. He does decide to take a ninja expansion up here, which is always a nice thing to do. You can see when he's pulling up this many minerals. I mean, you just want to take an expansion at that point. And this pylon, is it going to scout out the gold being taken? No, it does not. Incredible. We'll see how this turns out. Looks like these Mutalisks are giving some excellent map control for our Zerg player right here. Renegade's going to come in, maybe able to do some damage back here. It's not too protected by photon cannons. But these Mutalisks decide to hang out here instead because, hey, you know, pizza's better here, whatever. What's going on? Do these guys see this base? They do see the base. Now, are they going to move in or not? These Mutalisks see the Zealots. He doesn't even see the pylon. Oh man, there's just a blindness going on, and no one decided that the Zelnaga Tower is worth taking, because, you know, who wants a vision these days anyways? Who cares? We got Mutalisks, and the vision's not necessary, and we're Protoss. We don't even need our eyes. We're freaking psychics. We use our pylon matrices to do everything. But they're going to get shot down, just like all these probes. Oh, the poor probes. The Mutalisks just eat them up. It's fun to be a Mutalist today. At the same time, this base was taken out by this little attack over here, and an attack going out here to take out Renegade's base again. Fortunately, he has expanded up here, so he might be okay. And looks like Ooze decided just to not deal with these Mutalisks, because, you know, he's under the impression that if he just don't look at it, maybe it'll just go away on its own. We got a nice little Archon Zealot ball over here to try to do some damage. And, you know, honestly, it doesn't look like Renegade is that much for defense. He just has these Mutalisks, which will actually do pretty well, as long as he doesn't get too caught up, bunch up too much against the Archon Splash. And ooh, that could be dangerous. You see how fast all their health goes down by these freaking Archons as they just zap through everything, as these Zealots just kind of tank up front. And what's going on here? Oh, another attack up here. Man, Ooh is all over the place, wreaking havoc. Oh, and Renegade has a magic box. The Archons will it work? It looks like it's working pretty well. There's not enough Archons to deal with this, but at the same time, Renegade lost his third base. Both of his third bases. And this third base. They're all freaking third bases to me. Why? Because, well, he never finished making them any of his bases, except for this one. So I guess maybe these were like fourth bases or fifth, whatever. Either way, they're gone, so it doesn't really matter. And these Mutalisks are still alive, wreaking havoc all across the map. But Ooh doesn't even care. He marches his forces bravely into his opponent's base. The poor drone doesn't even see it coming. No, but he escapes. Ah, this drone's amazing. What's he gonna do? He's gonna save the day. Freaking ninja drone right here. What's he gonna do? Oh, he's taking an expansion. You know, he's always the optimistic drone right now. His whole civilization's falling apart, but he's like, you know, I see a future. I'm going to build my house right here. Because where others have fallen and failed, I will succeed. Because I am that drone. And we'll see how that pays off for him, as these Zealots have been warped onto this step here. So they're not going to be able to go anywhere really, not really do much. They can probably duel each other. You can see they're just caught right now. Oh, poor little guys. Oh, so foolish. And Renegade's still running around with these Mutalisks, trying to cause some damage. And it looks like there's not too much harassment. Well, actually, where are all the probes? Are they all up here? Where are all the probes? I guess they're over there. How many probes does he have? 54? Oh, 11 drones. Wow. Well, I guess I should have seen that one coming. Renegade's in a poor position, especially you can tell by his supply. Also, as his last-ditch effort with these Mutalisks to kill these Stalkers. And while Ooh just marches more Zealots into his opponent's base. And looks like this game is pretty much over. Looks like our poor macro Zerg friend The wanted man from Koprulu is going down to the mighty Protoss. Well, once again, with their ruthless baby-killing ways, see if these infestors can change anything. And hey, this drone's house has not been taken down. Maybe he was right this time. Maybe he was right. It just goes to show you a little optimism can't hurt. So for all you negative Nancys out there, you can take a lesson for that drone. Take a lesson. But Renegade doesn't have too much going on now. And oh, he's looking for sympathy now. 5 drones. Sad face. Ooh, what's this banter going on here? Oh, these infested terrors are gonna zap this Oh, one last moment of glory for our Renegade pal right here before the end. But Renegade optimistic just like his drone friend. Except for he says he'll bounce back. I don't know how one bounces, but there we go, and there's the game. I hope you enjoyed this cast, and, you know, I hope you take the message of optimism. You can see that drone who decided to build a base despite all odds. You know, he's got his house up. He's got a nice little family. Got a few larvae here, and, you know, it's probably like him and his wife or whatever, just hanging out. Tending to the garden of minerals, you know, hanging out, no problem. Doing okay. Maybe he'll be okay, but maybe we'll never know. In any case, I hope you enjoy this cast. It looks like Ooh wins this one, but I assure you Renegade will bounce back. And this is Conage signing off.